here's a problem that involves converting time. It only has one number, but we may know that we're going to use some relationships with different units of time. But let's put our first number in this first place here. Okay, and then we know that on the next step we need seconds to cancel, so we'll put seconds there. And then we should ask, well, what number will we put up here, or what unit will we put up here? Well, let's just say we don't know how many seconds in an hour, but we for sure know how many seconds in a minute. So we'll put minutes there. We'll go to minutes next. And then we fill in numbers to what we know is true. There's 60 seconds in a minute. And then on the last step, we'll get rid of minutes, what we want to get rid of, and then we'll go to hours, what we want. Again, fill in numbers with what we know. So my seconds cancel, my minutes cancel, and I will be left with hours like I want. When I put this in my calculator, I get something like this in my calculator. Let's talk about sig figs first. On significant figures with this, this number has 3. And then these numbers appear to have just 1 each. So you might think we're going to round this to 1, but these numbers are what we call exact. And for sig figs, we ignore those. The reason we ignore them is they don't have any error in them. Remember, significant figures are for numbers that have some error in them, an estimated digit, and these are exact by definition. So it makes it easy. Just ignore those for sig figs. That means my answer needs to have 3 sig figs. A couple of other things. First of all, make sure that you know how to enter scientific notation in your calculator correctly. Do not use the little 10 with the up caret. Don't enter times 10 and the little caret to get the 5. Use your scientific notation button. And the scientific notation button is usually like an EE, an EXP button, or you may have a little button that says something like that. But find that button, and those buttons replace the times 10. And so you'll enter just like 2.57 EE5. The EE takes the times 10. And then there's another calculator entry issue that sometimes comes up with this, and this varies by calculator. If you got a much larger number, it may mean that your calculator thinks it's supposed to multiply by this 60 instead of divide. But you should be having this number and dividing it by each of these. So play with your calculator and make sure that you know how to tell it what to do.